strongly recommend that you go there first. In fact, do you want me to show you that really quick?
Yeah.
Would it be helpful to see it? All right, before we do our work, I'm going to show you that under ableops.com, that's our website. And on the top right-hand side, you see where it says free, not top. See where it says free on the menu on the right, the very last menu item? When you touch free, you see Teaching iPads opens up. And when you're on Teaching iPads, there's information about how to like get one funded, how to do the iPad itself. But look down here, you see these two silly films? Like here's my silly film. I'll play it for you first. We just use Photo Booth and we download.
Jenifer White, Olympian skier, never goes.
And you just make up a crazy ending, right? So we just use this app called Photo Booth, and we just download 3 pictures. That's it. Now I had Andrew make one. This is his silly film.
My silly film.
See, he made his voice go slow.
I'd be a sunbeam? So many mouths to feed. Look, I made a new friend.
Because Photo Booth lets you do that.
And this is my silly film.
So the lessons to make those films are right underneath it. So Taylor, if you wanted to take these, you can download these, just so you know, because I know you're a filmmaker. Like if you open these lessons, they're made to go step by step by step. So you can download these, you can put them on a device, you can print them out, whatever makes sense, because it shows you literally touch this, touch this, touch this. So it looks like it's almost getting to a download, so I can at least give you an example. Because welcome to the party. We're making film together. Did you know that you were going to be on film today? You don't have to be on film, but just so you know, we're working to put together a film, okay, a self-advocacy film. Would you guys, my name's Jenifer. I'm from Washington State, and we teach technology as accommodation, both low-tech, like cameras and printers. Here's how I cook this thing. Here's who's going to be in my house. Here's how I order my own coffee. To high-tech stuff. So here's on our website, like I said, see how it goes step by step. Make sure you hold the iPad sideways. Who knows why? Does anybody know why? Because if I hold it up and down, you know how film is longer than it is tall, right? It's wider than it is tall. So if you take a picture, it's only going to fit right in the middle, and then you're going to have all that black space. And it's going to be harder to see. So it teaches you that. It teaches you how to get back to your home screen, which apps we use. So literally, Sue, I made these for my mom to make a silly film, and she was 80 when I taught her how to do it. So I feel like most people can use this, right? When my mom was able to onboard, I thought, okay, now we've got a winner. So all those lessons are on there. Now we're going to go back to the film we were making, but all of these tools that I'm using really quickly, you could learn by going to that website and walking through those things step by step, okay? All right, so we already did our introduction, and now I'm going to show you in the dream section the film that we collected with our group, which was Sue, Shelley, and Josh. And Josh has had to leave now, but you can tell him later how impressed you were. Okay, you ready to hear Josh?
I've always wanted to help others actually be successful in whatever endeavor they have.
So the content is fabulous, but what did you notice about that film?
It was noise. Very noisy.
That wind in the background is not a good thing for filming. So this is a clip that we would retake. We also caption everything so you can read it, but it's really hard to get that background noise out later. But we wanted to keep it because first take, he got it right out the gate. Now who's our next actress? Do you guys recognize this famous person?
Yeah.
Yes, who's that? Shelley! All right, here we go. And here's Shelley's dream.
So Shelley, what's your dream? Love. And what does love look like?
Love, that is such a good dream. And part of love looks like I've got my mom. Don't you love that? Fantastic. And now we've got Sue. Sue's got a dream too. Ready?
My dream is to live on the beach, wake up in the morning and walk on the sand.
Which is
My dream is to live on the beach, wake up in the morning and walk on the sand. But again, that background noise makes it hard to hear, so we would redo that. We loved the tree and the bush in the background, but the sound was too hard to understand. Okay, so now I've got in photos here, film that you all captured. Roy's not in the room, but Karen captured this. Oh, that's a photo. Yep. Uh-oh. We don't hear you.
We don't hear you.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's see what happens. Hang on just a second. Well, let's see what happens if I take that out, because it's screen mirroring, so maybe that's the problem.
Hi, my name is Juliana, and my dream is to help as many as possible to get a job.
Okay, we're going to see if that works again. It's screen mirroring, so it might not. We'll see. All right. How did that go?
It's a little soft.
It's a little soft. Yeah, very good. Great feedback. So I just want you to know making silly films is going to give you the practice of all of these things. And to be a good filmmaker, you always want an audience to show it to. So we make film, we show each other, we make film, we show each other. So for example, when we're making video resumes in a transition classroom or with a group of people, then they give feedback to each other. And the feedback always is something positive and then something that might have made it easier for you to see or understand. So you get really good at giving feedback to each other as well. Great job. I love that. All right, and then we've got, whoop. His dream is to own his own car. I love it. To listen patiently? Is that what she said?
I thought she said visit Egypt.
Clearly. Beautiful. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, wait. I think we're just getting to yours.
Okay. My dream is to not only continue my work of self-advocacy for those with intellectual disabilities, but to also be a great writer as well. Thank you.
Excellent work. Nice. Thank you. And Karen, beautiful capture there.
So, Shelley, what's your dream?
Okay, so we did all of those. Fantastic. So as we move forward, we're going to get better and better and better at, okay, a good background, a quiet background. And in these last shots, do you see how easy it is to understand him when he's close up? Yes. And it's harder when somebody's a little bit further away. So getting their whole body stops you from really being able to focus on what you're listening to. It's a funny thing. So I want to, would you mind being my lovely model? Oh, yes. What was your name again?
Trisha.
Trisha. All right, Taylor, you get to laugh at Trisha. So I want to show you, if you stand up here against this wall, well, actually, how about you stand here so you can, we can see each other. Other people can see you, I mean. So when I'm going to film, I'm going to go into iMovie, and I'm opening up right here is where I want to film. So I turn on the camera, and when I'm filming people, and you guys already knew this in my group, but I forgot to tell you guys, sorry. This is hard for Trisha to look at, right? Whoops. Where on the screens is playing all the videos instead of being an iMovie. Okay. So this is hard for her to look at. It might be good for me, but she's looking at what? Some weird black screen. So when I'm interviewing people, I typically have them talk to me and just hold the iPad next to me. So I'm going to have you go ahead and do in the back now. There you go, just like that. So this, see this frame right here? That's about what we want. So now let's talk about, let's capture one about Things that you like. Anything, okay. She's ready. She's a trained actress, you can tell.
So do I look at you?
Yeah, you can. You can look at either place. Yeah, either way. So things that you like.
I like hiking. I like going to the beach. Yeah, I like outdoors. I like being in nature.
Beautiful. So is it easier to have eye contact with me than to look at the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, round of applause for our lovely volunteer. Thank you so much. So when you're filming each other, but see how close I am to her? I'm standing really close. It's kind of awkward, especially when you're just meeting people, but it's going to make for a much better film, right? You can zoom in, but you lose pixelation. I'm guessing, Taylor, you already know that, right? If I film something, say I was taking a film of you from here, Shelley, I could zoom in so you were close, but then the picture would start to look a little fuzzy. Pixelation are all the points of color that are making the picture. All right, let's play this back and see how it sounds. Yeah, you can. You can look at either place. Either way. Oh. So things that you like. That didn't work good. I forgot to use the video, so it wasn't dropped in. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you can. You can look at either place. Either way. So things that you like. So first of all, we can get rid of me talking, right? So I'm going to touch there. I'm going to go to the bottom where it says actions, and I'm going to split it, and I'm going to throw that in the trash can. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to also get rid of that side so you can see.
Hiking. I like going to the beach. Yeah, I like outdoors. I like being in nature.
Okay, how was that? She's a little bit of a soft speaker, huh? That's all right. Here's one of the things I can do. See the picture underneath, there's the big picture, and then underneath this part, this bottom part, is called the work table. That's where I'm going to do all the things like make changes and edit and all of that. I can actually, because it's selected there, that yellow, I can turn underneath here the volume up. See those little squiggly lines that are coming up? That means it's going to get louder. But you see there's one point where it's going to get really loud. So we'll see how that sounds. How about? Are you ready?
I like hiking. I like going to the beach. Yeah, I like outdoors. I like being in nature.
Beautiful. You are ready for Hollywood, girl. Excellent. So now we have some dreams from different people, some different examples of dreams, and we just got a little bit of likes. The do-don't part takes more acting, right? Because you have to pretend if I was trying to get somebody's attention, like a young deaf student I worked with, I'm going to use you as my example, but I want you guys to get ready because I'm going to bang on the table, okay? Right? So said, get my attention like this, not like this, right? But they do it in two scenes. Somebody comes up and goes, and they give each other, and they start conversation. And then they close that scene, and then the person pretend you're busy looking at something. Then he jumps because he can't even stop himself from jumping, even though he knew I was going to do it, right? Because it's scary. Sorry, you okay? Be really nice to him the rest of the day. So we want to do the side-by-side comparison. Do it like this, don't do it like this. Now, I'm going to say in our field, we know that there's some things people do that we don't like. Like if I wanted to talk to Taylor, and I started to talk to you about Taylor, that's not cool. Don't do that. Talk directly to Taylor. That's one example, right?
Yeah.
Shelley, would it be okay if I talk to Sue instead of you? What does Shelley like to do? What does she like to eat? Is that cool? No. Because you can speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the kinds of do's and don'ts. So we've got Karen filming, Taylor filming, and me filming, and we're just going to do small little do it like this, don't do it like that. Okay? I'm going to have the two of you as partners. Is that okay? What do you want to demo? Do it like this, don't do it like that. You can do the ones we did already if you want.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Trisha?
Never mind. Let's just see how long it takes them. I'm just kidding. Never mind. It doesn't matter if we have repeat stuff. Go for it. You creative genius.
Or the don't?
You'll surprise us. Do you want to do both? So you want to say, tap me on the shoulder.
Okay.
Don't slap me on the shoulder. You want to do side by side, because if I say to somebody, make sure I'm paying attention before you start talking, what does that mean? Does that mean eye contact? Does that mean, should I say, are you ready? It means something different, and we don't want interpretation around what we need. Okay? So you want to be real concrete. Do it like this, don't do it like that. Okay? Like you can say, like there's somebody at work who we were just making film with, and it's like she can feed herself, but some days she's tired. So instead of her file saying she knows how to feed herself, it can be, I can check. Do you want me to feed? Do you want to feed yourself, or did you want a little support today because you're tired? Oh, that's honorable and respectful. So you could say, ask my mom when you don't want to answer. But I always want to ask you first, right? So in the film, however you want to do that. All right, and then we have 2 new people here. Would you like to be in this team with them so you can kind of help work that out together? Okay, you guys talk about what you're going to do. I'll film Sue, and I'll film you guys. Taylor, would you film Shelly and Sue? And then Kieran's going to be this crew right here. I don't know their names yet. Brock. And
I'm Ko.
Ko, nice to meet you, Ko.
Nice to meet you.
Excellent. Okay, and your name again, Biliana. She's got it in bold print too, and I still miss the big sign. So in the self-advocacy film, we showed some models first, and just around etiquette of accommodation and respectful interaction and what you need around self-advocacy, like Kyo. Kyo, thank you. I have a lot of dead brain cells.
It's
Kyo,
okay.
so I forget a lot of things.
It's all right.
So for example, one of the young men in the self-advocacy film said, always announce yourself when you're coming in the room. So people will come in and say, hey, Michael, and he goes, oh yeah, hey, you're here. Otherwise he gets startled. He hates loud noises because he doesn't know they're coming. He carries headphones around. So different people give different examples of what they do. So the 2 of you, we want, and we've got a coach. We have a film coach for you now because Biliana is experienced as a coach, and this is your first time. And so the close-up and all of that, Biliana will help with some of the technical pieces, but you want to do a do and don't, and you're going to act it out. So you can ask people in the room to be your characters, like or the 2 of you can decide how you want to show, do it like this, not like this. This section is essentially saying, like even that first example I gave you of Michael, like announce yourself. Like don't wait until you're 2 inches from me to announce yourself. That's not really helpful. Announce yourself as you're coming in the room and you're letting me know, hey Michael, I'm coming, I'm joining you here in the living room or whatever, in the office or whatever. And you want to show it side by side because you want people to really learn etiquette of what you need, instead of because there's a lot of room for interpretation. Like some people can say, talk with a calm voice. Well, everybody has a different opinion about what a calm voice is. So do it one way that means not calm to you, and do it another way that means calm to you, so people get the really clear idea. Good? All right. Karen's going to be your videographer. Biliana's, you guys are the only ones with a film coach, so have fun, Hollywood. All right, did I give you? Here you go, Taylor. I've got your iPad. So the do and don't section about how you want people to treat you, what were those ideas that you 2 talked about before I came over here? Did you have it? Did you guys make a plan? Did you start to think of something you might want to do?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it is? Do you want Sue to tell me?
So we were talking about how Shelley needs more time to answer a question. And sometimes people just ask her a question and then they look at me because she didn't answer it yet.
So good.
Like, what is your date of birth? Well, she knows her date of birth and she can tell them. It's just not right away.
Processing time.
Yes.
No big deal. That is a really good thing to educate people about. So since you're, can we take you? I'm gonna steal Billiana from you because you got it managed there. All right, because we need an actress. Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys know each other. That's right. That's right. Now here's what these guys just told me. They said, Shelley, if I'm asking you a question, then I need to give you processing time. Like, what's your birthday? And instead of saying, oh, she's not going to answer me, what's her birthday?
Exactly.
That's what not to do. What to do is, what's your birthday?
So that you have a better background, because this is not a good.
October 23rd, 1984.
October 23rd, 1984. I love it. Dugga-dugga-dug. So you're almost a Halloween baby. Almost. I love Halloween. I love that time of year. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to act it out. Sue's going to help me. Oh no, Sue's going to be a character too because you have to look at Sue. So you're going to sit right here.
I'm going to ask what you asked, right?
Yes.
Shall I tell Billiana, just give her a little more time? Should I answer the question? It
No,
annoys me.
no,
It really does.
no. This is actually Shelley's self-advocacy film. We're going to make yours next. Don't do this. Do this instead. But what we want is from Shelley's voice to say, do it like this, not like this. So I'm going to move. Somebody's got some stuff under here? Oh. I forget his name. I'm moving your stuff. All right. I moved some of your belongings so I could move the table if that's okay. No, you're fine. I did it without asking you. I hope you don't mind. I'm announcing it afterwards. Okay. Okay. We're going to move some of this. Fantastic. Okay. So you're going to be the person. I'm going under the do and don't section. Oh, we need communication stuff too. Okay, so you're going to have to really tighten this shot up. In fact, I kind of need you.
Am I not going to go like?
Yeah, if you could sit on that end of the table, we'd have to move that table out. It's Hollywood, so we're going to, or do you want to do it on this end? Here, do it on this end. Let me switch places with you. There you go. Perfect. Oh, thank you. That's so much better. Lights, camera, action. Okay, so hang on just a sec. We're gonna. And you both still need to move down. You need to get close up. If you wouldn't mind moving it, that's perfect, Sue. Oh, that's so good, you guys. All right. All right, so hang on just a sec. How you guys doing? No, it's okay. You're good? Can you guys hang for a second? Excellent. You can be our audience. All right, you guys. Ready?
We practiced it so we can remember what.
Should we wait?
Okay, do tell me what this room looks like.
It's a large room with many desks and chairs in the middle.
Don't assume that I know what the layout is of the room automatically.
Nice job. You had an audience there. Woohoo! And the award goes to. All right, now we're taking turns having some quiet space, so we're going to do ours now too. If you guys would hang tight for just a second. Hey, Keo, can I give Karen a little bit of FYI about guiding?
Sure.
Karen, put your arm straight down. Because her center of gravity, if you hold right by her elbow, that's your center of gravity. So the more you move it, the less she has orientation about where you are. So even if you have to move sideways, she'll come with you.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Hey, you shouldn't have to work all day, Keo. It's all good.
Just because it's not your original chair, it's another chair, we'll be recording.
Excellent job, you guys. All right, ready? Look at Karen giving a little orientation there about the room too. Okay, so you know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna, instead of, because you guys are looking at each other, I'm just gonna finish a sentence and then start filming.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to scoot in a little bit. You just scooted back. Okay.
Shelley.
Wait till I say action. Action.
Shelly, what is your name? What is her name?
Okay, I'm gonna stop because you said Shelly. We'll have a bloop. Hey, I get Taylor and Karen. Wait, Taylor and Karen, we're gonna make a bloopers reel, so don't erase anything. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Yeah, you can just set it up. Oh, sorry.
We're gonna try again.
All right, so ask about the birthday. It's okay. Hey, Shelly, what's your name? I think you already know her name.
And her birthday too.
Okay. All right, ready? Action.
Shelly, when is your birthday?
October 23rd.
Okay, you know what? Because we just practiced that question, we should come up with a different question.
What is your favorite color?
No?
Surprise her.
Yeah. Yeah, just keep going until we've got a question that we can use. Okay, action.
Shelly, what is the most fun thing you do at your job? What is her fun thing that she does at her job?
She likes to shred paper.
Shred paper.
Okay, now we're gonna stop there. And this time, instead of her asking your mom, she's gonna give you time to answer the question, okay? So hang on just a sec. Yep.
Shelly, what is your favorite part about your doing your job?
Shredding.
Fantastic, all right, round of applause, excellent.
We laugh all day.
Excellent. All right, so everybody's got some of that to show. Do you wanna plug in and? So Apple, have you guys done this before with Apple? You can AirDrop from one device to another.
Oh, yeah.
Our iPads are talking. We're not, but our iPads are.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay. So these are the do's and don'ts. We'll start right here.
Okay, do tell me what this room looks like.
It's a large room with many desks and chairs.
Don't assume that I know what the layout is of the room automatically.
Yes, beautiful. Nice, you guys, nice. Okay, next one. That was the way to do it.
Shelly, what is the most fun thing you do at your job? What is her fun thing that she does at her job?
Don't do it like that. So we'll add voiceover next. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, you can. You can look at either place and just get either way. So things that you like.
So that was our like section, and that was the demo that you already saw. So those were some good do's and don'ts right there. Excellent. Nice job, you guys. Wait, where's yours?
Uh-oh.
Taylor, can you help me with my memory? Because I have no memory. Will you airdrop these to me? Will you airdrop these to me? Because I don't know, I'm not exactly sure how many you took or anything else. And mine says Jenifer's iPad. Okay, so see how up on the top I'm checking everyone for 10 minutes. On the top, if you slide down on the top right-hand corner of your iPad, there's a control center. In our teaching tools, we have screenshot by screenshot. We also have little videos that show one step at a time how to use different components. Now, we started making person-driven reference tools for people with intellectual disabilities. But really, it's for the families and the teachers. That's the people who need it the most, are staff and families. Because learning how to use the tools can take some doing, and if you're not used to it, you might have an iPad and know how to keep your calendar, but have you made film before? It's a different set of skills. So the silly films are for you too. Sorry. Okay. She had fun hitting him, didn't she? I was kind of like, oh, she was enjoying that too much. That's fantastic. Okay, did you do it like this? Yeah, like this, okay. Oh wait, did I just play the same one? Okay, did I play the wrong one? Yeah. I keep playing the same one. They're both don't do this. Oh. I kept missing it. I'm so sorry I kept missing it, but it was fun to see it again and again and again. Good job. So we've done, I'm going to take a little time to put these together, so I'll have my iPad for a minute because I want Taylor and Karen to help capture 2 more sections, okay? So the FYI section is, I'm allergic to something, or here's the person you should contact, or I really love traveling in a hot air balloon. Really, anything you want that you didn't get to cover in your self-advocacy film, the FYI section is just about that. Like, do you know how to fish? Because I'm looking for a fishing partner. You can say whatever you want back there, but definitely cover allergies. Chicken? What? Okay, my nephew lives in Louisiana and he catches alligators with chicken. It's a true story. I know, it scares me a little bit, but okay. I'm sure that's not what you had in mind when you said chicken. So I'm going to work on putting the clips that you already sent me in the order and cleaning them up a little bit. Like if somebody, like I was talking to you in the beginning, I'll get rid of that part. And then we're going to do the FYI section. So Karen's going to work with Keo and Brock and Billy, Ann, and Shelley. The 4 of you are going to work with Karen on, wait, I think there's another section missing too. Communication. Karen, would you do the communication section with people? All right, so the 4 of you are going to work on communication. All right, and the 2 of you, oh, did I just leave 3 of you? And the 3 of you are going to work on the FYI section. All right, so Taylor, you're going to take this back. Did you already take it back? Fantastic. All right, and do you want to write down the passcode? Okay. Okay. So we're ready for the show. This is going to be our completed film. Oh, did you get snacks? That was smart. Brock and Keo got snacks because that is the smart thing to do when you got a film to watch.
Popcorn.
All right, there you go. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Here we go. I don't even know what it looks like yet, so this is going to be fun for me too. When you're done with your film, on the top left-hand side, you hit done. And it brings it down to this page where you're going to save it. Now see where it says My Movie? This is a new iPad. Otherwise, it will just keep saying iMovie 1, My Movie 2, My Movie 3, My Movie 4, and you'll never remember what it was. So I'm going to write in here, Hawaii Talent. So I remember SA film, self-advocacy film. And now I'll remember. And you think that you want to play it right from the middle, but if you touch it there, it'll just play on that small screen. See along the bottom, there's a little play button. There's a send button, so I can send it to you when it's done. But the play button will play it the whole screen, and that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Introduction. Communication, we lost those.
Shredding.
Do tell me what this room looks like.
It's a large room with many desks and chairs in the middle.
Don't assume that I know what the layout is of the
Tell me, what is it?
I've always wanted to help others actually be successful in whatever endeavor that they have.
So Shelley, what's your dream? And what does love look like?
My dream is to live on the beach. Wake up in the morning and walk on the sand.
I like hiking. I like going to the beach.
Wrong section.
Yeah, I like outdoors. I like being in nature.
My dream is to visit Egypt. My dream is to own my own car.
I like to ask a lot of questions.
FYI, don't smoke around me because it gives me asthma.
Good job, you guys. Good job. Now the beautiful thing is we just came in and made a mess and I could keep editing and changing the volume, so we had a pretty smooth film even the first time we did it together. Film is fun and it's powerful and you get to represent yourself and have your own voice and teach people. It surprises me who loves to make film. It surprises me how many people love the power of being able to do that, to be able to create and to author it yourself is a pretty big deal. So I just have to say, if I was going to hire a crew of actors, it would be you. You have some mad skills in the room. How was that for you? Shelley, what did you think of making the film?
For making the film?
Mm-hmm. Like, did you like it or so-so or not so much?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you think you'd like to make another film?
Yeah.
You know, I bet that if we made a film of the kinds of skills you have, like, do you have chores at home?
Yeah.
What do you do for chores?
Do the laundry?
Laundry, good. Do you work, Shelley?
Yeah.
Where do you work?
I work in Hawaii.
In Hawaii, and wait, what Hawaii? What's it called?
Work in Hawaii.
Work Now Hawaii?
Yeah.
And what do you do for them? I remember you said shredding in the film. And then what else? Do you do other things for them? Sorry.
Laundry.
You do laundry there too?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Woohoo. I have my purse here and I have something in it, so I'm gonna just get that in my mouth really quick. So if you wanted another job or if you wanted more hours, if we came and filmed you working, excuse me, you could show your next boss all of your good skills. So video resumes, self-advocacy film, just for making stories. You saw Nicole who had that whole class in wigs and costumes, and they actually went on to make some really cool things like, here's how to call in sick, here's how not to call in sick, here's how to talk to your boss, here's how not to talk to your boss. And their whole employment class made film after they learned every topic. And there's nothing like being in film or teaching a film to really embed the skill set. Yeah, okay, just get something in my mouth. Well, I want to thank you for coming today. I think we're out of time, right? Yeah, we're out of time. Thank you. That was really fun for me to play with you today.